Hi, everybody. We are here. It is Christmas for those of you that celebrate. And today we are doing a very, very special Christmas. We are telling stories, or a story. I heard somewhere in Sakar that this burning log is important to you all. So you have a burning log. I don't understand. I mean, I like fire like anybody else, but this seems a little strange.
I mean, it keeps you warm when you're staying in a tent, traveling the world, so I can see why people would want a fire.
I guess so. Anyways, enjoy your burning fire. We brought it to you because you all said that you liked burning, what did they call them, Yule logs? What is a Yule? What's a Yule? Do you know what a Yule is?
I mean, I know it's celebrated on, like, the winter solstice.
Oh. See,
at least that's what most humans do.
I've been gone for millions of years. I'm still figuring this all out. Okay.
But happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy Yule, yes. Happy winter solstice, and all of the other 37 holidays that fit in the next 2 weeks. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you're having a wonderful Christmas. It's going to just be me and the thermo today.
And as you can tell, we'll probably be in character. We're about to do something very funny and very outside of the normal Cause Talk Live. Hello, Joe, Sakura, Elric, Cool Gamer. Thank you all for joining us on this Christmas morning or afternoon, wherever you're at. Evening, maybe even too. So we are going to read off a classic Christmas tale from what I've been told. We'll see what happens. If you want me to keep your burning log up, I can, or I can remove the burning log. All of you just let me know.
I think the burning log is favored.
I have Chibi helping me here. But okay, so we're starting with this thing called 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, I believe. And I'm going to pull up my reference because I've been gone for a long time. Sakar time works a little bit different than Earth time. So, and if you're unfamiliar, outside of character of who we are, I am Grandmaster from Thor Ragnarok and Chibi.
I am Sonia from Pokemon Sword and Shield, the professor in training.
Okay, so here we go. I have this. This is the reference for apparently your teachers. This is good. So, 'twas the night before Christmas, although I guess you could say the day of Christmas today, when all through the house not a creature was stirring and not even a mouse. Are mice smaller in Earth? Because I feel like I would hear a mouse stirring.
Sorry, 1 second.
Chibi ran away. Anyways, I guess mice are smaller for you guys. That's fine. If you've seen the creatures in Sakar, you would... Let's just say you don't want to go in our sewers. There's a reason we're called the anus of the universe. Anyways.
Sorry, I heard a weird thumping. That scared me really bad.
I told you, the mice are not as small as everyone thinks. Okay? The mouse was stirring in her house.
I have no idea what that was.
It's a car mice, okay? Big. So the stockings were hung by the chimney with... What is a chimney? What is a chimney? Is it this where
the Yule log burns, of course.
Oh. Okay. So the stockings were hung by the chimney with care. Is there a way not to hang them with care?
You could just throw them above the fireplace.
That would make for more fuel to your burning log. Okay. In hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. I have this question about this St. Nicholas. Why is he a saint and why is his name Nicholas?
I think in our lore, we actually call them Delibird, a bringer of presents. Maybe some of the normal humans can clarify this.
Yes, that might be useful. See, we are trying to explore your history and holidays And seeing as to how our companions were unable to assist us with this, we are going to navigate this "'Twas the Night Before" with much curiosity and confusion. So the children were nestled and all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. I thought sugar plums were edible. Do they also have legs? Is this the kind of food that you have to chase and beat to death? No? That doesn't happen for you guys?
Don't look at me. When I hear the word sugar plum, I think of like clefas. Like they're cute little round Pokemon.
People watching, can you tell us why sugar plums have feet and are dancing on children's heads? Because this seems disturbing to me. Oh. The technology is being weird. Okay. Oh, there's Lark-like Ray. Hello, Lark-like Ray. Hello. We are trying to figure out this "'Twas the Night Before" story that the Lord of Thunder bestowed upon me. So, he told me some other strange things too, but we can get on those after we talk about these. So while the sugar plums are dancing on these children's heads, apparently, a mama in her kerchief and I in my cap, I'm assuming this is coming from somebody's perspective, just settled down for a long winter's nap. So I thought that they were just going, it's the night before. So we're settling down for a hibernation. I'm a little lost here. It's a long winter's nap, or is it just a normal nap? How is it the night before Christmas? When Christmas seems very important.
I mean,
we're going for a long hibernation.
A lot of Pokemon hibernate. It's supposed to be good for you. So,
do they wake up between their hibernation periods? Is this a common occurrence?
What kind of animals do you have on your planet? I'm very confused where you're from.
I'm from all planets. You see, I'm located in the center of the universe, where a bunch of wormholes have just dropped trash, people, and things, and time doesn't work right. And everything ends up in Zakar. So, whatever's from your planet might end up on mine.
At least most of the animals on my planet are very cute and cuddly.
That looks adorable. I will accept that. That can go on my ship. I will accept that. Okay. So apparently the mother and father are taking a nap along with their children. Don't know how long. It must be short, but the wording of humans is unusual. This is fine. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash. Flashes come flying. I thought they were just light. This is okay. Tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. Oh, he took his clothes off before going outside? Or is the sash something else where you're from? You all have very unusual rhymes. So the moon on the breast of the new fallen snow. I do like snow. We only get it occasionally in Sakar. You
we
guys
actually lost all of our
with your snow. Yeah, you get a lot.
It rained and now it looks like spring again.
Can you share the snow? Why is it that other worlds are so stingy with their snow? Is it because it's not trash? Do I only get the trash? Is that what happens? Am I trash?
Well, it was really snowy for a little bit. I thought we were going to have a white Christmas this year, but it's very rare in our region.
It seems nice. It's better than being hot all the time. So, they gave the luster a midday so apparently everything's glowing now. And when to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Okay. So we talked about this deli bird thing that delivers presents. And I have
It was probably Sawbucks drawing the sleigh then. Which actually I feel like they're very strong Pokemon, so they could easily
so they can put other creatures attached to a sleigh and they're intelligent enough to drive.
Probably.
We have intelligent rocks.
But they say that they're small, so it might be deerling. But it would take a lot of deerling to do that.
This might be interesting. Well, apparently these tiny creatures have a very heavy-set old man driving. I don't know if he's human or not. I would think if he gets around the world this quickly from what I've been told that he must be either a time traveler or perhaps he's an Avenger. I don't know what. Maybe he's even an Asgardian that got left over. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. Again, the Saint Nick. What is with the Saint Nick? More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Oh, so these reindeer have names. Oh no, I lost my friend. Oh, my friend's back. Where's my friend? Hello, friend. Now you're below me. It's okay. It's all right. I'm assuming that's
I'm having a lot of like feedback sound and this stuff, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on because I put in my headphones and it's still not.
There's a settings area with sound. You might be able to check that and see if it helps. And Sakura says there's a lot of buzzing and feedback. Is that coming from me, Sakura, or is that coming from Chibi?
I think it's coming from me. And I'm trying to figure out why.
We'll go quiet for a moment. Tell us if there's buzzing and feedback. I don't hear any buzzing or feedback.
There's not really
let
anything.
Us know. We'll take a brief pause here. We can take a look.
There's nothing in my settings that are saying that they're weird or they're catching anything, and that there's no other background noise in my house other than my cats making noise.
Well, we can stop playing the music. It could be this music that we have.
No, I have a lot of issues with my feedback usually when I play D&D, but usually if I put in my headphones, it helps. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, we'll stop the music for a moment and we'll keep talking. If you guys hear anything else, please let us know. And we can make adjustments as needed. I will unplug my thing real fast to see if it's this. But all right, so what happens if we both talk at the same time?
If we both talk at the same time. Well, I tweaked something. I think it helped.
I don't think it does anything. It levels it out. Oh. Let's see here. You guys can hear us just fine, correct? It could be that I need to like move some of my audio cables too.
Sorry, technology delay.
Technology.
Well, I was hearing the buzzing a little bit, but it stopped now.
Is it done?
Yeah, I'm not hearing it anymore.
Okay, I'm thinking maybe my wire was caught.
Okay.
We're going to keep going.
I'm sorry.
It's done. Do you want us to turn the music back on? Let us know. We'll turn the music back on. But we're going to return to this man that has several, what does he said? He has reindeer that are more rapid than eagles, and he has names for them. There are names for these creatures. So there's now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, and Vixen. Oh, I like me some Vixens. On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, and Blitzen. What is a Donner?
Don't talk about the Donner Party.
I don't know what a Donner is. I'm assuming, yes. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away, all. Didn't this man just arrive? Why does he need to leave again? He just landed in this person's yard or on their roof. The man didn't specify. And now he's going to just leave? That seems unusual to me. They say
that trainers sometimes wander to people's houses and then just wander out at their own will. I don't find it very weird.
So you just have your Pokemon wander into your house that aren't yours and then wander out?
They usually don't cause any harm.
I mean, I get unwelcome guests, but typically I have people either collect them for my arena or they become food. Yeah. I mean,
people become food?
People. If they can't fight, we don't really need them. But we do need food.
I think I have more questions about your world than I should.
I think I have questions about yours too, with animals wandering in and you're not consuming them. If we had animals of abundance, I tell you, Zakar would be a much more wealthy place. On to this 'twas the night before rhyme again. So apparently, as dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the housetops the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
I knew it was a delibird. See, I said presents.
If it's flying and it has presents,
I mean,
can delibirds be named St. Nick?
I mean, you can name your Pokemon anything you want. I just don't think delibirds can fly.
So it's these reindeer that seem to be flying, though. Are there deer in your world that fly?
There are lots of things in my world that we still have questions about. We usually send 10-year-olds out to do like live research in the field so we can get more information on these creatures. So honestly, there really could be a flying
It builds character.
sawbuck, and I wouldn't
Youth out
know.
builds character.
Exactly.
I don't know what people's problem are with sending youth out. You know, I think the Spartans had it right. You send your youth out, you let them practice and survive. If they can survive in a world, then you've taught them well. They're good.
They're very good at collecting data. So
then you've got free labor. I have to enslave people to do that.
We usually don't call it free labor. Like they do it on their own choice. It's not like we force them.
Oh, we have different philosophies. Very different philosophies. Anyways, talking about this person landing, he went to the top of a house, and he has a sleigh full of toys, and he's in the sleigh. His name's St. Nicholas. Whether it is he, a man, a delibird, a Pokemon, we don't know quite yet. We just know it is a person, place, or thing named St. Nicholas. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. Perhaps it is one of your Pokemon. It must be small to go through a chimney.
Yeah, delibirds they're a good size. They could fit down a chimney, I think, if they tried hard enough.
Okay.
I'm still thinking that this is a delibird.
It is entirely possible it's a delibird. I wonder too if I'm going to mute the screen audio. I wonder if that crackling and popping people were hearing was actually from the Yule log.
No, I'm hearing like a feedback like in my mic. That's obviously something. I'm praying that it's not my headphones finally dying on me because I don't really want to buy a new set.
Well, I could switch to headphones and see if maybe it's my mic picking up my audio from my, let me turn my speaker down. We'll see. But I'll start playing the music again. If there is any feedback, let us know. Because I could have my mic up too high, and that could be an issue. It is very sensitive. Okay, so Merry Christmas to you too, Lillian. We have quite a menagerie of people today. So we were saying that there was a person named St. Nicholas that's gone down a chimney. We're not quite sure. Well, it could be a person or a place or a thing. Something in the multiverse. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot. That's expensive. I wonder what... Oh, don't let him go to your planet if it's full of animals.
Well, I mean, delibirds are covered in feathers. They're kind of fur-like.
So
this is still my vote.
Know the difference between fur and feathers?
Well, I mean...
Entirely possible. So his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. This man or person, whatever being, this being sounds very interesting. I would like to have things that aren't trash. It's very hard to get things of value on the car.
So you're from like a poor region? You're from like a poor region then?
No, I'm literally, my planet's stuck in space and time, and there are portals from other worlds and universes just spitting all their junk on it.
So it's random.
Yes. So we're just... It's like a black hole, but if matter wasn't destroyed. Yes. Perhaps sometime I will regale you with the tales of Sakar. Anyways, so this being he's covered in soot because somehow they fit?
They went
down
through
a
the chimney. See, they also have a pack of presents on their back, so most definitely a Delibird, because this is what they do.
Did they extinguish it with their abrupt landing, or did they know to extinguish the fire before?
They never did say the fire was on. Like, we have the fire burning, but...
Okay. Perhaps you're right. Okay. So, his eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. I'm assuming that's happy and not a person's name. That's fine. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. Okay, what is this cherry thing people keep talking about? I'm assuming it is red in color because I've never seen a cherry.
Red it's very much the same color as your lapel.
Is it delicious?
Yes.
Why are you stingy with your cherries?
I prefer pecha berries, but cherries are fine.
We need cherries and we need snow on Sakara. I'm ready. Excuse me, can you guys throw out the cherries in the Sakara in the snow? I'm ready. So his cheeks were rosy, like we said, and he had a very bright nose, it seems. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as snow. Oh, I have lighter color hair too. I understand this predicament.
I mean, it could be an old Delibird.
It could be what?
Well, if it has a beard.
It has a beard.
It could be like an old Delibird.
I must look up this Delibird. This Delibird sounds intriguing. Can they fight?
Yes, sometimes our animals fight. I mean, it's pretty normal, actually. We have these challenges called gym challenges, where these 10-year-old kids that we sent out to get information, they go and they kind of like go have fun and play with their friends, and sometimes their Pokemon fight.
Perhaps if your children are interested in competing in my arena, I might find a new champion amongst them, because the Lord of Thunder stole mine. So.
I mean, I'm sure some kids would. We have a couple of champions.
That might be interesting. Well, apparently this man, the stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth. He has a pipe. Okay, I enjoy this person. He's smoking. Okay, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. Now that's unusual. Must be a very interesting pipe. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. So it seems that this is indeed a mannish-looking creature, being. Or perhaps he is just what these people use for terminology for beings that they are unfamiliar with. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf. Do you know what an elf is? So he's an elf. Do they have elves on your planet? Oh, wait, I remember.
Like a fairy tale.
The dark elves from that they weren't very happy with. I don't know that. This must be a much happier elf, because the elves I'm familiar with are from the Nine Realms, and
I'm still thinking this is just a strange way to describe that Delibird. I'm going to just sit in this
perhaps
forever.
Because humans have never seen a Delibird, perhaps that is an elf is what they call them. That is possible, because it can't be the elves I'm familiar with. They're not very friendly, and they wouldn't laugh. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. Well, see, this is good. This is your Delibird that you've been mentioning that gives presents.
They are quite friendly.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside on his nose and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. So can Delibirds float?
Again, this is that there's so many different species that we haven't studied yet that now I want to do more research on Delibird to see if there's actually some that can fly. Because
if they've got beards,
they have wings.
Float or fly?
They just don't fly very often, at least not in the presence of people.
Perhaps since this one seems to be ancient, it has developed the ability to fly.
Okay.
Maybe that's it. So he sprang to his sleigh, his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like down on a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Oh, I see. So it was the night before. I see we've gone, we've gone full circle here. Full circle. Well, this story is unusual. Oh, look, alas, we have Robert. So once again, a happy holiday or Merry Christmas to Joe, Sakura, let's see, Cool Gamer, and Love Like
Lily
Ray,
and Robert.
Rob. Happy holidays to all of you. So we've just gone through our first rhyme. Twas the night before. It seems as though this Christmas celebration and this burning log are very critical or crucial to humans of Earth. I'm still amazed.
I mean, this is a very valid thing. How are you all spending your Christmases?
Yes, please tell us how you're spending your Christmases. We have come here to learn of your traditions, and if there are more that you can share with us, we would appreciate that. Because the only traditions we know of apparently sending out 10-year-olds to do research and battle Pokemon, and sending people who come in through wormholes into my arena to fight.
I mean, our world does celebrate Christmas. It's just, I've never heard of the Saint Nick fella. That's why I'm thinking it's a Delibird. And magical reindeer or magical sawbuck. I mean, it seems very valid, but I'm now very much more interested in wanting to study these Pokemon.
So how does your world celebrate Christmas?
We open up presents, usually give loved ones presents, do some more traveling, send more kids out on research.
Is there just a lot of research to do where you're from?
Never ending. As far as I know, what we call the Pokedex, that's what we're researching for. There's so much we don't know about it that the more people we have out studying it, the better off we are studying.
Okay. This is just... Oh my. There are... I wonder if at some point one of those are going to end up on my world. I feel like everybody does end up in Sakar eventually. They get lost.
I don't know if I want to go there, though. Maybe a vacation.
We'll be nice to you. Perhaps we can start a tradition on Sakar for Christmas. Perhaps in the arena I can make it to where no one's allowed to die on Christmas. So they can only fight with non-dangerous weapons. Like...
Wait, okay, so we were talking about doing fights earlier. You mean, like, deadly fights? Because in our fights, they aren't deadly.
Well,
they're just, like, playing around.
We only have so much space on my planet. We are in the middle of time. Well. And I have ruled for several eons. And it's worked so far. You know.
Well,
we only take the strongest, the ones that could overthrow me. Anyways, you know, I didn't say anything. I've heard of other tales too. I've heard of 2 creatures. Have you heard of these creatures from humans? One of them is called a Rudolph, because like the reindeer that this Twas the Night Before has mentioned, but apparently its nose is on fire, it lights up, and people believe that I don't know if it's fire but somehow it glows. Okay, this Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, its nose glows and it lights the way for this Saint Nick person.
I don't know if Pokemon with glowing noses. I mean, there's lots of Pokemon that glow, because, like, Pikachus have glowing cheeks, and Ampharos has a glowing tail, but a glowing nose?
So perhaps...
It must be an unknown Pokemon. Maybe it's rare, or legendary.
Okay, maybe it's a rare Pokemon. So apparently this red-nosed reindeer Rudolph thing, it leads the Saint Nick through weather that's really bad when they can't see. So if you're speaking of the snow falling, I'm assuming it's this type of weather that this reindeer is living through. Now the story goes that apparently he was born with this, but Thor told me a different story. The Lord of Thunder is what I prefer to call him, but I guess his name is Thor. So Thor told me what really happened was, you see, the Saint Nick person got a little lost in the 9 realms and accidentally ended up on Asgard. And the Asgardians didn't know that Earth reindeers can't have liquor, right? So they gave the liquor to all these reindeer, and perhaps that's why they can fly now. I don't know. But the one Rudolph, when he drank the Asgardian ale, he just freaked out. And he ran right into the gold wall that Odin had built. And for some reason, when his nose swelled up, it stayed swollen. And now it glows. But that's what the Lord of Thunder told me. The truth is, they got this poor creature drunk on Asgardian ale, and now its nose won't stop glowing.
That's fascinating.
As annoying as he is for having stolen my champion, I do say he has some incredible stories about the Midgard, I think is what he calls it. which I believe
I've never been to that land before. I've never heard of it.
I think it is Earth, and I think it has a single moon and a single sun, which is unusual for me. But a
Same
single
for
moon-
Galler, where I'm from. We have a single moon and a single sun.
Huh. We don't really have a moon or a sun. We just have a bunch of wormholes that emit light, and then we have a really, really big one that's red, and it's called the Devil's Anus. It's not good. It's not good. You can only use my ship to go through there, because if you don't, it eats you alive.
Oh, goodness.
Yes. So, just anyone who wants to come visit Sakar, please let me know in advance, and I'll transport to you. Bring an offering. We'll be friends, as long as there's an offering. Offerings involved are good. Well, aside from this poor reindeer that the Asgardians messed up his nose, right? There's also this creature called a Grinch. Are there Grinches on your planet?
I've never heard of that Pokemon, no.
Apparently it's green. It is humanoid in size, although a bit shorter. It has a very big pot belly, and it likes to ruin people's Christmas. So
That's a shame. It sounds lovely.
I think it's called Whoville. I think. Maybe the Who's? I don't know. Anyways, it goes to this town, right? And it steals everybody's presents. Are there Pokemon that steal from you guys too?
I mean, yeah, we have to be careful, because there are some Pokemon that steal things. I mean, they have abilities that can steal stuff. But
I heard a tale from a wandering human.
I don't know of any green ones.
A place called, I believe, Hogwarts or something. I don't know what that is, but I guess it's from Earth as well somewhere. Earth seems to have a menagerie of unusual things. But apparently there's this little creature that looks like a mole, and it hijacks things. Like, it steals it and it can stuff it in this pouch it has, and I would very much like to acquire one of those.
I mean, Pwamis are small, mouse-like.
I mean, I can trade.
I feel like I'm learning so many new things from
for a
you.
Pokemon.
I don't know if I want to trade you any of my Pokemon.
But my sentient rock person comes with a club, and he's very friendly.
Okay,
He might
debatable.
help you catch Pokemon more. He seems to be able to talk to many creatures.
I mean, he sounds like a Pokemon.
Kind of. He really looks like a pile of rocks that became alive.
I mean, that sounds like a Pokemon. We have like Geodude and Graveler, and they're just piles of rocks.
Then perhaps this is one of your Pokemon, and when it came to the car, the energy here changed it to a much more humanoid appearance, because its intellect is impressive.
Okay, I'll trade you.
Does it when it holds hands with another of its species it's in love with, does it create more of its creatures? Because this one, when he holds hands with the person who he's in love with, more rock babies happen.
They say that Pokemon breeding is still quite a mystery, even to professors who study it. So
then perhaps these
honestly,
rocks do reproduce like this.
it could very well be. I personally don't study breeding. I'm more of Pokemon fighting is my place of study. So I know very little about that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I see. Okay, so we've spoken about poor Rudolph, and it was the night before. So this Grinch, talking about this Grinch, it seems that after he's stolen everybody's gifts, he's attempting to destroy them, which, true to its name. And something changes and his heart grows 3 times its size. To me, that sounds like a terrible pain. But apparently, his heart was too small to begin with. And the singing of the people from this town down below, some kind of magic, grew his heart 3 sizes. To me, it sounds like some kind of siren song that changed his heart's size so that he would realize that destroying the presents is a terrible idea. He returns them, and they all become friends.
That sounds like a lovely story.
I'm just flabbergasted. I have never seen someone just come together, steal everything, and not have a pack of ravenous people assault it. So this is an impressive feat of social engineering of some kind.
I mean, not everything has to be solved through violence, and singing is quite nice. I do know that is a tradition. Caroling is considered a Christmas tradition.
Caroling. So your world carols as well?
I mean, yes, we have lots of Pokemon that sing, and a lot of people that sing with their Pokemon, so I would say that's pretty normal. stealing presents, usually you would get Officer Jenny and the police involved if they're stealing, but who knows? Maybe there's something in the story we're missing.
So stealing is not good for your planet.
I think that's pretty normal to not be a good thing.
I've also heard tell of another story. I'm looking at what Odin's son and a few others sent me. I've been getting more missives since the multiverse seemed to have exploded. But it's nice having some communication. We've been a little lonely here on Sakar. So I appreciate some of these missives, although I wish more people would come and try to help us get out of here. Or maybe figure out, why we get all the trash. Anyways, there seems to be this story about how exactly Saint Nick became Saint Nick.
This might clear up if it's a deli bird or not. I would like to hear the story.
It could clear up if it's a deli bird. From what I've been sent is that there was a place called Laughing Valley where nobody was sad. And there was this demon of malice and discontent. And it seems as though this person named Nicholas, who would soon become St. Nicholas, who soon becomes Santa, I believe, decided to start delivering gifts of positivity and love to people in an attempt to destroy the malice and discontent that was traveling through this valley of happiness. And once he gets to this cave of the demon, he dances with the creatures to make them happy and destroys their unhappiness, and later on discovers that these little demons that were in the cave had actually been children that had been corrupted by this demon of malcontent. And he's able to bring these children back to the people of the valley, return them to their homes, and bring joy completely back. When this happens, that is when the people dub him Saint Nicholas. So it seems that there are tons of different stories about how Santa or Saint Nick came to be. Perhaps the viewers could tell us what their version of Santa is, or Saint Nicholas, and how he was given his mantle, because it seems to vary depending on who you speak to in the human world. It's unusual. There's also have you heard of the man that was visited by 4 ghosts?
Sorry, I was trying to look up the Pokedex entry for Delibird because I need to clear this up.
Oh, yes, okay.
I mean, it says here that it's a very kind creature, because in one of the Pokedex entries, it says it carries food all day long, and when someone is lost in the mountains, it shares its food. So obviously it's a kind and caring spirit. It doesn't say anything about presents, though. It says that this Pokemon has a generous habit of sharing food with people and Pokemon. He's always scrounging around for more.
Perhaps food is considered a present on Earth?
I mean, I like getting a fruitcake.
So perhaps one of these presents are indeed food from this Delibird that has come from your planet to share its love. Or when it goes to Earth, maybe it gets presents.
Yeah.
That could be, this could be possible. Has the Delibird been known to rescue children?
Yes, it's been known to rescuing people off of mountains and stuff.
Okay, so it could be that this Delibird found these children in this cave and rescued them. And
according to the description we were given,
perhaps it was bad weather.
Yeah, and according to the description we were given, it even has a beard.
It does, and it said that the man was red and white, and it is red and white.
Right, and its tail is where it carries things, like a pouch, like a sack.
And it does look like it has a beard.
Exactly. So, mystery's been solved.
So humans, this entire time, it's not St. Nicholas is not a person. It is indeed a Delibird.
That is where I'm going. That's where I'm putting my money, at least.
I like this. So, what are you going to do then today for your celebration of Christmas?
Well, I made some snacks. I think that's a very important part of Christmas. I made deviled eggs and some like a cheese platter. And today, as tradition, I'm going over to one of my wonderfully long-term friends that I've spent the last Christmas with for, it's been like 6 years now. And we're gonna go play board games and battle Pokemon all day.
So you're going to do the Pokemon battle that you spoke of earlier, wherein you go do research and then pit your creatures against one another.
Exactly. And so I'm very excited about that.
That sounds interesting. I am joining a few humans in their tradition of, I believe, called lunch. So we're going to see what lunch is.
That sounds lovely. No, food is, I think, very important in the holidays, no matter what culture you celebrate it from. And so I was very excited, and I know we've gotten some cider to drink, and I'm a big fan of finger foods, so I got lots of like little things to fill up on. And I'm gonna make fudge.
I am excited for imbibing liquid forms of things. We're going to see what happens there. That tends to be all I do on Sakar, is imbibe liquid forms of things.
No, this year's been pretty chill, and like I said, there's no more snow for me, so it's not a white Christmas, but I'm okay with that. I don't like driving in the snow because I don't have any sawbuck to help me get through it.
Driving? You don't have
Yes.
ships?
No, we have cars though. Or we just ride on our Pokemon. It's pretty normal to just ride on our Pokemon.
We travel by ships or floating barges.
I mean, we have like Corviknights, like taxis and stuff that fly us.
Hey. It's a little bit easier. Then weather doesn't matter because you're in the air. So apparently there is this story, a Christmas tradition in Earth called a Christmas Carol. And it seems there was this very, very grumpy old man who St. Nicholas couldn't cheer up, I guess, and was just very unhappy with his life despite having lots of money. Or Pokemon, wherever he may be. And it seems that he was what they comes to visit him, a ghost friend, someone from his past, comes to visit him and tells him that he'll be visited by 3 other ghosts, which I think is a little strange because he's already being visited by a ghost, right? I mean, there's already one ghost talking to him. You think he'd realize.
I mean, ghost Pokemon are pretty normal.
You have ghost Pokemon?
Oh yes, they're actually quite darlings. I love Misdreavus.
So I don't know if I want to go to your planet now. I'm not very fond of ghosts. Are they?
They're quite friendly. I mean, they do like playing tricks. Like, you don't want to piss off the Gengar, but they're very lovely Pokemon. Some people actually specialize in training them.
I see. Well, perhaps it was a ghost Pokemon that was taking human form to trick this Scrooge into being a better person, because it seems that he was visited by past, present, and future versions of these ghosts, and they were trying to show him things that he'd done in his past that had affected others, and how if he continued down this path, what his future would look like, and the people that he would impact, what their futures would look like, and at present, what he could do to resolve the errors of his ways. Do Pokemon, those Pokemon do this? They educate people on the errors of their ways?
I could see this happening. Because, like, they call Misdreavus the Pokemon of future sight, so, like, I'm gonna bet that they're just Pokemon.
Huh. I see. Well, then that's possible what's going on here as well. It would seem that this gentleman was visited by 3 ghosts, which could have entirely been Pokemon, and he realized that he was, from what I understand, really messing up and losing his chance at having friends at all. He would die alone. And so he ends up befriending a little boy and his father and helping them through Christmas and giving them the pay raise that they needed to come out of poverty, and seems to be a lot more merry after this. I guess some people just need to have the wits scared out of them by ghost Pokemon to be better individuals.
I think that checks out. I think it's lovely that all these Christmas stories have a happy ending.
So far I'm not finding anything that's dark. I've found stories about climate change, the heat miser, cold miser, and those are unusual. It seems that they're constantly at
I mean,
war
that is
about
something
who
that
season's best.
we have to worry about climate change and stuff in Galar. It's something we deal with. But I think that's pretty normal for the human world.
I think our weather is pretty. I think that's a good thing about Sakar is our weather is pretty much the same all the time, just temperate. We don't
That
really
must be nice.
have a solar system, right? We're kind of in the middle of many solar systems, and so we just get all the good weather. So at least we get something good. Yes. Oh, we have another person. Hello. Merry Christmas to you as well, Chris. We have people joining from all of these different technological places. I believe that Odinson told me that called YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And he got this random human man that insists he knows who I am to help me set this up. So I appreciate it. Someone named Bruce. Anyways, I've seen, we've talked about this grumpy Grinch that had his heart grown by a siren song, and how the Asgardians got a poor reindeer's nose to glow red. We've learned of this creature, which we believe is a delibird. He can go down chimneys and give gifts to people. And we've also heard about a man who was frightened by ghost-type Pokemon into being a better person.
These are all quite lovely stories. I'm enjoying them very much.
These are good stories. There seems to be a few sad ones. There's one about a little girl who is very cold. She doesn't have anywhere to go. She's all by herself. Surprised that she hasn't ended up where I'm at, but she only has one match, and her father, who used to be with her, gave her these matches to sell, and she couldn't sell them, so she couldn't go to her mother or her grandmother, and her father was too cruel, so she didn't return to him. And she lights a match to keep herself warm, and it seems that when she lights this match, it must have some kind of other effect on, up here, maybe perhaps some special incense. It makes her imagine a world full of happy Christmas memories with food and merriment and dancing, and it keeps her warm. And what had happened was she somehow survives this night with these matches through the deep dark cold. And I think the strange thing here is that people walk by the next day and see her sitting in a corner smiling, and no one goes, "Why is there a child out alone in the middle of nowhere?"
I mean, this sounds like something to do with the fiery log that we keep saying is important. So it looks like the tradition of just keeping wood burning during Christmas seems to be very important.
Thing. Okay, I see. So it seems that perhaps their technology isn't quite up to where our planets are, and that's what they're struggling with.
Hi, Jinx! Jinx is in a warm and hot, sunny place right now, you lucky.
Jinx doesn't require one of these burning logs.
Or warmth, no.
So I know we spoke about how we're pretty certain that Santa is a delibird, but there was also a mention that humans talked about elves. And it seems that there was another Christmas story where I'll have to try going to some Mexico place that Jinx is talking about.
It sounds like Alola. And honestly, that sounds lovely right now. It has been so cold in my area that I decided not to leave my house because of the ice outside.
It is not too cold over here. I think it's in the 50s. I think.
It's finally, today's the first day it's been warm in
like
a solid week.
So that's good. At least you've got some reprieve on your
like
Christmas day, right? So you have some kind of ability to stay warm.
Yes. I have fluffy Pokemon to keep me warm.
Yes, you have that adorable white fuzzy thing.
Her name is Vulpix.
Okay, hello, Vulpix. It is very cute. But we've only got about 10 minutes left before we have to go run off and do the things with the other people that we are, experiencing things with today. So if you have any traditions you'd like to share with us, or any Christmas stories from your world that you're interested in telling us about.
I want to hear what people's traditions are.
Yes, so Chibi would like to know what your Christmas traditions are. Like I said, we need to create some traditions in Sakar, so I'm going to have to consider what to take from all these stories I've been reading and apply to my arena, see what we can do. This will be good.
No, I have adopted the Christmas tradition of my best friend, and we make cinnamon rolls for breakfast. It'll be my second breakfast because I'm getting there late, but we usually have cinnamon rolls on Christmas Day, and so I'm very excited about that.
I really need you all to start throwing more of these delicious things into wormholes so that they end up at Sakar. Can you please take your cherries and your cranberries and your cinnamon rolls and your snow and throw it into your nearest wormhole, and it will eventually come to me.
If I run into a wormhole, I will do cinnamon rolls.
Perhaps one of your Pokemon can help you with that.
There are some Pokemon that do that.
Okay.
They're mostly in the Alola region, though. I mean, like I said, I could totally do a vacation there. That sounds wonderful.
We'll have to make this happen. So the last story that I want to talk about has to do with the snow that I think all of you are too stingy with. And Sakar never seems to get. But we have the story of a man made completely of ice that apparently children built. And they found a hat. When they put the hat on this man, he turned into a happy snowman. And he started singing and talking and playing with these children. And I guess there was a magician who used to own that hat. He got angry because the magic never worked for him, but it worked for this pile of ice. Do creatures built of ice come to life on your planet as well?
Yeah. We have quite a few ice Pokemon. I mean, this one is an ice Pokemon. She's not built of ice.
We also have beings that look like beetles and rocks and lizards and humans. Don't really get ice. So I'd very much like to see a snowman and see how it dances and plays.
It sounds like I mean, we make like snow Pikachus. Probably the same thing.
Snow Pikachu. I see.
When it's in snowy regions, you can like.
But you don't have to use a hat to make it come to life.
We don't usually use a hat. No.
So a hat brought this creature to life. The children danced and played with it, but then the grumpy old magician steals the hat from the snowman, this happy little creature, and he gets frozen, which seems very unfortunate because, I mean, imagine the punch that snow would offer. But anyways, the children somehow managed to convince this man to get his hat back because the whole town really liked this dancing snowman. And the minute the hat's put back on, he's fine, he's dancing, he's playing, but it seems as though the temperate weather of Sakar didn't do well for him. Perhaps it was their summer was coming, but he melts away. However, he must be immortal because he says that he can come back again one day, and anytime they build a snowman and put a hat on him, he does return.
I mean, it doesn't look like a man, but we have snow.
I mean, perhaps when it's cold on Earth, that creature goes and visits, and does it speak?
I mean, Pokemon can say...
Can it sing and dance?
It's Pokemon language. I mean, yes. Most Pokemon are intelligent enough to sing and dance.
So we've got traditions from the Pokemon world where you've got a Delibird that's delivering presents and ice Pokemon dancing. And Sakar, I'll make sure that I institute a new rule that on Christmas Day, we can't use any weapons that could potentially cause harm. So I'll just get a bunch of sticks covered in rubber. And that's how our fights will happen. I don't know if the crowd will be so happy, but maybe if I throw some cinnamon rolls at them, if I can find any. And we have Odinson's crazy idea to give a poor reindeer tail, and now it's got a glowing nose. And we have a man that goes Pokemon startled. So it seems as though a lot of human traditions may be based off of stories from other worlds, or may have had other creatures got lost on that planet and decided to make names for themselves so that they weren't lost in history.
Sounds perfectly logical to me.
Yeah, it seems logical to me. So
it's been lovely learning about all these wonderful Christmas traditions.
It has been. It's been very, very wonderful. And if you would like to share your Christmas traditions, let us know. We are going to start wrapping up. I'm jumping out of character here. So next week we're going to do a New Year's special, and we're just gonna hang out. And
this is the first time I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's a New Year's special. It's on the schedule. So it's, let me go ahead and stop the music and then goodbye, Yule log.
Okay, so we're going to is that going to be on to normal time then?
Yeah. So we're going to go back to noon. I just had to do 11 today because I do actually have plans and I have to have enough time to get all out of this and in a normal clothing. So next week we're going to do a New Year's special. It's just going to be talking about memories from 2022 and plans for 2023. And then starting after that, we will have more regular updates and more streams and guests. So we're going to go back to trying to have 1 to 2 guests a month and 2 regular streams a month. So that is kind of the goal. We will not be doing as many events next year, but the events that we will be doing are going to be larger than they were before. So there might be a few times here or there where we may have to cancel a stream before a convention or event so that we can set up, get all of our stuff together to set up, because we've got furniture and booths, and we're trying to improve our changing room because people really like the changing room at BooBooCon. So I hope you all have a happy holiday. Let's have you go ahead and close out first, Evie.
Thank you so much for joining us on this little silly adventure that we had. Happy holidays. All like 40 something that exist. Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Hanukkah, all that good stuff. I am very excited to go eat until I can't think anymore and watch Christmas movies. So you can find me on Chibi Raincloud on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. I don't know if I'll be on next week, but I am excited to announce there's going to be some fun stuff. You'll probably see me a little bit more active on some of my social media. And of course, you can always join us at our Discord, especially if you want a really chill place to just like hang out, talk about cosplay, anime, and manga. Our Cos Talk Live Discord is open to everyone who loves the cosplay community. So please come join us there. It's a really fun place to hang out. And yeah.
And I'm Sam from ThermoCosplay. You can find me at thermocosplay.com. And again, we will be online next week, New Year's at the regular time, 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we're just going to kind of run through what our plans are for next year, what we're hoping to do with Cos Talk Live, and also some other updates on other things. So I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. I hope you have time with friends and family, or you get to finally get a break if you just need a break from your crazy work week or work month. I understand that. So everybody have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining us. Bye, everybody.
Bye.